You want to know why you've experienced some of the most harsh traumas in your life? You want to know why you suffer probably from extreme levels of anxiety and depression, and maybe even considered taking your own life, maybe even considered suicide? You want to know why? It's because you were afraid of your own beauty. You are afraid of your power. You are afraid of yourself. On the list of things that we most feared, all of us as alchemists forgot to put ourselves. But let me tell you why. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. And this is a society of those of us who've had to learn how to turn our pain into power. Why? Because we've been through the most shit. That's why we are the alchemists. And I am your queen bee of this here colony, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty. Welcome home. This is your colony. This is your home. Let's get into this message. Listen, y'all. Many of us have suffered from extreme levels of anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. Many of you who are listening to this right now are probably experiencing this. This is why you've come to Alcheminity, so that you can remember and put back together all parts of yourself, who you are and why you've come to this planet, so you can get to doing the shit already, okay? Listen. Many of us suffered from these type of experiences because we were afraid of our own beauty. We were literally afraid of our own power, our own magnetism, our own gifts, our spiritual abilities, our je ne sais quoi, fill in the blank. We were afraid, and we were taught to fear ourselves. We were taught to fear our beauty. We were taught to fear our powers. We were taught to fear our magnetism. Now, we can go into this whole idea about demonizing and vilifying our spiritual abilities and gifts, right? You can read about that in my book, Activate, Unorthodox Philosophies that Explore Anxiety, Depression, and Suicidal Thoughts as Symptoms of Suppressed Superpower. You can get your copy on Amazon, paperback or ebook, or you can order your copy directly from me. Shouts out to those of you who've already ordered your copy. They are in the mail. Okay. So we're not going to go too deep into the spiritual principles of the parts of ourselves we were taught to fear, like our clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, being empaths. Okay. You can read about that in the book. I want to focus on what happens on an outward level when you start to activate and remember and put back together again your power, right? Listen. We forgot to put on the list of things we feared. We forgot to put our beauty and our magnetism. Because we didn't know we were activating beauty and magnetism when we were activating our spiritual abilities. We had no idea this went hand in hand. We had no idea. The only thing we were trying to do was survive, right? So we were calling on all the powers that be. We had no idea we were calling on the power within ourselves that would literally glow us up from the inside out. We had no idea. We were just trying to breathe. We were just trying to live, right? So on a list of things we fear, we forgot to put our beauty. This too activates when you heal, when you integrate. This too comes online when you activate your purpose and your mission, when you heal your bodies, when you activate and heal your chakras. Particularly on this channel, I focus on the root chakra, because you can't do anything unless you've dealt with the root of a thing, right? Nothing can grow unless you planted the seed and that seed takes root, right? So I deal with the root chakra. So once you heal and activate your root chakra, as we know, this energy rises up and it activates all other points in our bodies, right? And simultaneously, this is activating our beauty. We were afraid of being beautiful, of actually being attractive. I know I was, because any time in my life where I would show up slightly cute, right? And I'm talking about younger life, teenage life, early adult life, we would get the type of responses. Who she thinks she is. Oh, look what she wearing. Oh, she thinks she cute. Oh, the typical mundane responses, right? And so in our minds, a lot of our minds, we didn't want to attract the hate. We didn't want to attract the negativity, especially as a young female. For those of us who've experienced some sort of sexual trauma, right? whether it be from a male or female, whether it be from a same-sex person that you experienced trauma from. But for many of us, we were afraid to be beautiful because we didn't want to attract the type of attention that would cause the trauma we experienced before. Being beautiful was a problem because the last time I remember I was beautiful and I was showing up as beautiful, this traumatic experience happened, right? Rape happened, molestation happened, slander happened, mockery happened, right? Some sort of hate happened. And so we taught ourselves to hide and suppress our own beauty. Being afraid of being beautiful, of being attractive. I know that I was, because I couldn't take the type of attention that came with being seen, right? Because when you activate your beauty, you are seen. Many of us didn't want to be seen because once you're seen, it makes it easy for you to be picked apart. Right? When you activate your beauty, you show up in the world, and beauty exists in so many different forms, y'all. You don't have to look like me. You're not looking like me. Okay. You look like yourself, right? You've activated your own beauty, your own power, your own je ne sais quoi. Many, many different levels of beauty we're talking about, and magnetism we're talking about here. We're talking about things on an energetic level. Okay. But many of us, we're afraid to show up in this again because of the things that it attracted, right? Being afraid of our own magnetism, because once you do activate this, you become the center of attention, and it's easier for you to be picked on, to be picked apart. When you activate your beauty, i.e., because you have healed your root chakra and continue to work on maintaining your health and your well-being and your spiritual health and well-being, your mental health and well-being, mental health and emotional intelligence, right? You are the center of attention in any room that you walk in, making it easy for you to be seen and to be picked apart. But what also comes with that is, being able to handle attraction. I talked about this in a previous video. Okay. Being attractive, being magnetic, and being beautiful is a power that is not fit for everybody to carry. Ooh, right? Let me tell you something. This is why beauty and magnetism and this type of power is bestowed upon very few. It's bestowed upon the activated ones, the 144, the chosen ones. Okay? It's bestowed on very, very few. Why? Because it is a power that not everybody can carry or handle or even deserve to have access to. Because as we can see, people who did gain access to beauty, right, or have beauty some way, shape, or form, or were just given beauty through DNA because or whatever, all right, through DNA, had not developed their emotional intelligence and mental health. And what happens? They misuse and abuse that power. They can become narcissistic. They can become manipulative, right? They can try to overpower others, think that they're better than others, look down on others, right? Misuse and abuse the power, try to make other people feel small because they think that they're better or prettier or whatever the case is, fill in the blank. And so you have people who have the power of beauty that have misused it and abused it. And when they do this, they always lose it. They always lose it. They always get broken down in some way, shape, or form because they misuse and abuse this power. And so what happens? That crown, that throne is then taken away and then bestowed upon those of us who were called to carry that power and that crown in the first place. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? It is easy to fear your beauty when this is all the shit that comes with it. There's so much that comes with being in your power and activating your spiritual gifts, your spiritual abilities and gifts make you beautiful. Okay. Now I just want to clarify that your talents and your skills and your spiritual abilities are what makes you beautiful. The fact that you have turned pain into power and are now the alchemists is what makes you beautiful. It's what makes you magnetic. It's what makes you sexy. It's what makes you interesting. It's what makes you divine. It is what makes you that motherfucker when you walk into the room. That is what makes you worthy to be praised, right? And so when you realize the responsibility it is to actually be beautiful, Like I think about pageant queens all the time. I go back, I think about celebrities and I go back. And I know I've talked about this before and I keep reiterating because these are the greatest examples that we can have on our planet to use. But I think about pageant queens and they are praised for their beauty and demonized for it as well. Again, they're praised because they're, oh my God, you're beautiful. Your skin is glowing. Your hair is flowing. Okay. You got the best weave in, honey. Okay. You're on that stage wearing this beautiful gown. Your eyes are glistening. Your lips are popping. You're beautiful. People are praising and worshiping that. And then on the other end, there are people that come for them. Oh, you're not beautiful at all. You're not tall enough. You're not skinny enough. You're not toned enough. You're not light enough. You're not brown enough. You're not tanned enough. Your lips aren't full enough. Your eyes aren't brown or blue enough. Your hair isn't long enough. It's not thick enough. At the same token, on the flip side of that, it's the yin and the yang. It's the heaven and the hell, y'all. It's the angels and the demons. We know it's the beauty and the beast that comes with being beautiful. And so on the list of things we feared, we forgot to put ourselves, right? It is a heavy responsibility. Again, heaviest the head that wears the crown of beauty, because it comes with its blessings and its curses. And we know that. We as alchemists know that. But if you do not show up fully activating your beauty for whatever purpose you're supposed to be activating it for, again, I've talked about this before too. Your beauty is a gift from the divine. It is supposed to be activated for your mission and your purpose. Many of your missions and your purposes are, maybe, again, I've said this before, maybe it's to be pageant queens. Maybe it's to be models. Maybe it's to be actors, singers, dancers, writers, poets, speakers. You're supposed to be seen by other human beings on this planet in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of you are afraid to show up in those roles because you don't know how to handle your beauty. You don't know how to handle what comes with being attractive, beautiful, magnetic, and being fully erect in your spiritual power in all of its glory to do what you've come here to do. And for those of you who have not yet come to grips with the fact that you are blessed with magnetism and beauty, and you don't know what to do with it, you don't know how to fully activate that in a healthy way, right? Again, mental health and emotional intelligence must be activated in order to be fully in your magnetism and your beauty. All right. You don't want to have beautiful airheads. I remember talking to this guy one time, a friend of mine, a long time ago, and he said something. He was like, this town, and I won't say the town, but because I don't want to offend my folks, but like this blah, blah town is full of beautiful losers. And I was like, I knew what he meant, but I was like, what? Tell me why you mean that. Tell me what you mean by beautiful losers. He said, it's rare, Timmesha, that we come across a woman like yourself, He said, I consider you, he said, what did he say? He considers me a Lisa Bonet in a room full of Kim Kardashians. No offense to the Kim Kardashians, okay? I respect the come up, all right? I respect it. Whoever their surgeon is, baby, let me call because I want to get a little liposuction myself. I'm just saying, ain't nothing wrong with it. All right, let me not go off on a tangent. Listen. Whoever the Kim Kardashian's liposuction, the surgeon, cosmetic surgeon is, that give me their number. Give me their number. I can't afford to pay. I'll pay you next Tuesday. Okay. $20 increments. But listen, he told me I was a Lisa Bonet in a world full of Kim Kardashians. And I understood what he meant, but I wanted him to explain, beautiful losers meaning the women that he's met, plentiful, beautiful, gorgeous on the outside. When you see them, they're like, dang, you're gorgeous. Are you a model, honey? Who are you? Just beautiful, beautiful women, but had nothing going on in their heads, had absolutely no intelligence, no wisdom, right? No ambition, didn't know who they were and what they were, why they were on the planet. They were just pretty. That's it. Just beautiful airheads, just something to look at. You can't talk to it, can't plan with it, can't build with it, can't confide in it. You can only look at it. And then walk away, right? So I don't mean that, all right? There's got to be, you cannot just be obviously all just looks and no brains. brains, right? Beauty and brains is what alchemists are. That is what you are listening to this right now. You wouldn't be here if this were not you. So on the list of things we fear, we forgot to put ourselves when we fully show up in our beauty and our magnetism because of the responsibility that comes with that. And so as alchemists, you have learned or are learning how to turn your fear of your beauty into your power. And if you have not yet come into knowledge with how to do that, really truly do that within yourself, doing the inner work to bring that into alignment, okay? Then reach out to me. It's time we walk that path together because I know where you are. I have been there, and I still need daily reminders. It is working on self, healing thyself, activating thyself, integrating thyself is a daily practice. It's not just a one and done kind of thing. This is a daily practice. As long as we are in these human bodies as alchemists, we are having to transmute shit. We are having to alchemize things from old programming, beliefs, whatever it is, perceptions through the eyes that the brain is getting, or we're having to retrain our brains. No, not that, but this, right? So if you're on that journey, you're needing some help with that, reach out to me. Yes, I have a master class. I am also going to be offering some one-on-one work as well. For those of you who've reached out to me and asked for one-on-one support, we can definitely do that. So just email me, timmeshaburgess@gmail.com. You can either join the masterclass over on Patreon, or if you want to do one-on-one, just reach out to me, email me. We can talk about that. Okay. Anyway, I hope this resonated with you all. Oh, many of you have been afraid of your beauty, and I know it because I've been there myself. But it is time. And I know that it is time, or else you would not have found this channel. This is your home. This is your colony. Welcome home, and welcome back to yourself. All right. All right, y'all. Thanks for your subscriptions. Thanks for your likes, share. Listen, get up in the comments. That's where I am. Don't forget to donate. All information that you need to work with me, collaborate, sponsor Alcheminity, get my book, get the merch, membership, all that's in the description box below. All right. I will speak to y'all next time. Ciao for now. Mwah.